Kelly, YA author of the Lucia Chronicles and the Elementals. This is a YA book review of The Last of August, which is the sequel to A Study of Charlotte. The tagline on this is Watson and Holmes, a match made in disaster. The title is also a play on a character from the first book named August, and it also has to do with a painting. So this book is a little bit more complex, I guess, than A Study in Charlotte, and it's kind of contemporary, well, it is contemporary mystery. And if you didn't see my first video, I'll put it at the end of this video. But in the first book, we learn that Jamie Watson and Charlotte Holmes are descendants of John Watson and Sherlock Holmes, and Charlotte has basically been bred to solve mysteries. And the first book ended with them, you know, solving a mystery and then going into winter break, and then this book is basically their winter break, and it has to do with Charlotte's Uncle Leander and with an art forger. And it's really hard to give a review of this without trying to give anything away. So I'm going to kind of skirt around the major plot issue, which is, you know, her uncle gets kidnapped and they have to figure out who did it. And they're also trying to figure out if he was kidnapped because he was deep undercover trying to expose a forging art ring. So without going into details about that and so I can avoid spoilers, I liked this book. I don't think I liked it quite as much as I liked A Study in Charlotte. I really liked A Study in Charlotte. I really liked this, but it kind of got more serious. Not that the other book wasn't serious. It was definitely way more serious, but it's kind of difficult because Charlotte and Jamie are towing this line of like being best friends but wanting to be in a relationship, and due to some things that happened to Charlotte in the first book, she's having a hard time with the physical aspects that possibly come with a relationship, you know, like the intimacy parts, not to mention her personality, and that their families like hate each other basically. So that's an issue in here. I like how Charlotte's evolved and she's kind of trying to stay clean, and I feel like, I don't know if she's doing that for Jamie, because really you should do that for yourself, but I like that aspect of it. The art stuff was pretty complex. It was cool because we were in Europe instead of in this little Connecticut town, so that was kind of fun. There's a lot of twists and turns, and it was a good story. I just didn't tear through it quite like I did A Study in Charlotte. I kind of read it, I mean, I finished it rather quickly, but it kind of was a slower paced book, a little bit more of paying attention to the details. Still little bits of humor, and then there were also some things that I didn't understand, like a couple plot points, but it didn't detract from the story at all. I'm not sure when the third book comes out. I'm assuming it comes out in 2018 sometime, and I will definitely be reading that. I do believe this is only supposed to be a trilogy. I would say I give this book 4 out of 5 stars. I think I gave, on Goodreads, I think I said A Study in Charlotte was 5 out of 5, and I usually round up if I give like 4.5 stars or whatever, most of the time. So this was an enjoyable read. It's different, kind of like when you read, if you've read Six of Crows, how Crooked Kingdom is different, and it's like different pacing and different storyline a little bit. So, I mean, not just storyline like plot, but storyline like there's a lot more backstory in Crooked Kingdom, and this is kind of similar because then we're starting to, you know, they spend their Christmas break with part of it, God bless you, that's my dog, part of it was Charlotte's family, so we start to learn more about why Charlotte is the way she is, so it's a little bit different than, bless you, sorry, than A Study in Charlotte, but I don't think it suffers from that notorious second book syndrome. It's definitely a good read, so you should check out The Last of August. In the meanwhile, happy reading and happy writing.